plainclothes.
Ain't that the way they say it goes? Ain't that the way? You gotta make a bet when there's a show where you can't play. Even when you know you're gonna lose, it ain't tax exempt, it ain't even dues. Ain't that the way? Even when you know you're gonna lose, it ain't tax exempt, it ain't even dues. Ain't that the way?
Sit down over there.
Let's go.
I hate autopsies.
Oh, I like them, huh? Come on, Inspector. We're the arresting officers.
Do me a favor, LaGuardia. Cover me. I'll owe you one.
I'm going to cash in on that. Meet me later at the coroner's office.
Lacey, you and Cagney got lucky. They want you over at the police academy to give an indoctrination talk to the women cadets.
When?
There it is.
Did you find my earring? Where? It's a logical place. Yeah, I had a good time. I did. Hey, don't talk like that. I know I did, but it wasn't over a precinct telephone. Look, I gotta go now. Oh, the earring. Keep it as a souvenir.
Ain't that the way they say it goes? Ain't that the way? You gotta make a bet when there's a show you can't play. Even when you know you're gonna lose, it ain't tax exempt, it ain't even dues. Ain't that the way? Even when you know you're gonna lose, it ain't tax exempt, it ain't even dues. Ain't that the way?
Boy, am I beat today.
I wonder why.
Not complaining.
Okay, go ahead. Who was it? I'm not squeamish.
6'4", 240 pounds, ex-pro football player.
A jock. So what does he do for a living now? Endorse shave cream?
No, as a matter of fact, he owns his own sports franchise firm. I think that they said last year he made over $500,000.
Oh, that's nice for a change. You gonna see him again?
No, Mom. Travels a lot. Doesn't live in this town.
Figures. Chris, did you ever consider a permanent affair, like, say, longer than 2 weeks?
Yeah. Once.
No kidding? Oh,
John Travolta. He was everything that I ever wanted in Saturday Night Fever. It's just that the age difference was a problem. He's much too old for me.
Someday you're gonna want a regular, responsible guy like my Harvey, but it'll be too late.
I smell a pitch for Dave Travers coming on.
So I happen to think he's a terrific guy. He happened to be over for dinner last night, and call me crazy, but I think they'd like each other.
You're crazy and you're relentless. Help! 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 Somebody help me!
It's just I see the dark circles under your eyes, the little crow's feet. I know you're not happy. With a guy like Dave, you'd never look like that.
Exactly, which is why I keep saying, watch my mouth. No! You want to be a marriage counselor, go back to Queens. You want to be my partner? Can it?
Well, somebody else will get him. Mark my words.
Kind of a creepy neighborhood, isn't it?
Check that over there on the right. The gladiators are out in force this morning. Don't look at me, buddy. My night to cook dinner. Whatever you do, don't stop.
Nice jackets. Never get me one of those.
14 PDU, car 312, any unit to cover. Shots fired, vicinity of 17th and 2nd Avenue. Cover unit identified.
312, copy, last en route.
Car 312 taking the cover for 316. Further information to follow as received.
Somebody got hit bad.
Hey, Pulaski, he's the one who got hit bad. Pulaski, you're gonna die.
Hey, what can you say?
We got nothing. We don't have nothing. Hey, Pulaski, apartment 60, he killed him.
Okay.
We got nothing, man. No knife.
Open up, please! You know anything about him?
He's an old man.
Hey. Mr. Pulaski? Mr. Pulaski, can you hear me? If we have to break down your door, Mr. Pulaski, how are you gonna lock it after we're gone?
We're detectives, Mr. Pulaski. We'd like to talk to you.
Get in there. Let's go. Come on. Get in there. This is all the autopsy report turned up.
She never delivered any babies, though she definitely had relations with men. She would have been a natural mother. What a pelvis. Postmortems give me gas.
You ate at breakfast this morning?
What is this? You're asking us questions now, Pulaski?
I got no right.
Have a small piece of chocolate cake.
And why you eat it?
I was hungry.
You eat and you breathe because these are basic functions for life. Survival. When it's threatened your survival, you must be ready. I was ready. It's not my choice. It's God's.
Mr. Pulaski, I'd really feel a lot better if you sat down. Please.
I have to make you feel good. There's no time police start to make me feel good. How many times I have to call you?
Are you saying you've been getting no response?
On the way over in the car, you said something about knives. Did they have knives, Mr. Pulaski?
They had knives.
Did you see the knives? Mr. Pulaski, if you
I
expect
saw
us...
the knives in their hands and in their eyes.
$400 for what? Ballet lessons. Thelma, I don't think a cop's son should be taking ballet lessons. Yeah, I know about the president's son.
Behind
Mr.
my back,
Pulaski.
you've been giving him money for ballet, you know?
Tell me about the gun.
What? It's gone. Gun is gone.
Most guns are registered.
I have to go to bathroom.
You went to the bathroom before you left your apartment, Mr. Pulaski.
When you are my age, you don't count how many times you go. You just make small blessing because you are able to go.
Someone's gonna have to take you.
You are not going to take me.
LaGuardia, would you please escort Mr. Pulaski to the men's room?
Okay. This way, Mr. Pulaski.
What's Mrs. Pulaski gonna do while he's being held? She can hardly walk by herself.
You already arranged for her to have a vocational nurse. What do you want to do, adopt her?
You think he's guilty?
He sure as hell is not being cooperative. Based on what we've got, he's guilty.
If you're so convinced, how come I was the one that had to put the handcuffs on him?
Mayor Beth, you're a cop. It does not stand to reason that everyone over the age of 70 and under the age of 15 is innocent.
Right. And the next time we arrest an 8-year-old for grand larceny, you put the cuffs on him.
Did Mrs. Pulaski remember any better because you brought her a jar of Harvey's chicken soup? You a cop or a caterer?
She remembered everything she could.
What did she remember? She remembered yelling, she remembered hearing 2 shots, and stuff about her husband's lousy temper is not good testimony in his favor.
But she didn't hide that. She could have hid that.
Bottom line is, ML, she didn't see the knives like Pulaski claimed.
Was there anything she said that you believed?
What difference does it make? The judge is the one that's got to be convinced, not me.
100 people living in this building, not one witness comes forward.
Who is it?
Police!
I'll have to see some identification. You could have bought those in some novelty shop. A kid could walk into such a place and come out a G-man. You got something else?
Lady. Like what, ma'am?
Maybe an American Express card, like Carl Malden's got.
According to the desk sergeant, Pulaski was always complaining about being harassed by the Toros.
How often?
At least once a day.
So what else was new in the precinct?
We talked to some of the merchants in the neighborhood. A Mr. Bertrand, who runs the fruit and vegetable stand, told us that he once saw Pulaski running out of the building, half naked, and threatening to kill some kids who were parked below his window. He was trying to take a nap, and the rock music from the car radio was driving him crazy. A Mrs. Lupino, who lives in the same building, used to see Pulaski lying in wait for some kid he was convinced was trying to steal his Social Security checks.
No, that never happened. He was too smart for them.
You think he's paranoid about the knives, too?
I don't think he's paranoid, Lieutenant.
Probably isn't. He's just your same neighborhood nutcase. So what's your next move?
Talk to the Rivera family?
Yeah, okay. But don't waste too much time with this. You made your arrest, now it's up to the DA. Yeah, Samuels.
Hey, we'll try a little hard. Yeah, go back. Yeah, this new chick I've been dating, Amy, she says she can't make it to Petrie's party.
Is this your bring your own booze or what?
What party?
Nothing. Still on the boards. Hey, I hear you two finally made the big time.
Please, Becky, don't double talk me. What's this about a party? LaGuardia, give it to me straight, huh?
What are you doing here, Chris?
Oh, there's a party going on. We're not being invited.
It's no big deal. It's just a shower for Petrie's wife.
Only you're going and we're not? It was a mistake, right, Petrie? Our invitation to the shower?
No, it wasn't a mistake. I don't know how to tell you this.
You don't have to explain anything, Petrie.
Look, ever since you and Cagney came on as detectives here, it's been kind of tough on the wives. You know, wondering what you look like, what happens when one of us is put on the same case with one of you.
The inevitable. We check into a hotel and exchange clues.
Stop it, Chris. We understand, Petrie.
Happy to oblige. Call us when your marriage is shaky.
You didn't have to say that.
He had it coming to him. When are they gonna grow up and stop with this sexist crud? What do they think we are? A couple of Bo Derricks?
Oh, I don't know. I think of myself as more the Carol Lombard type.
Can we see him now?
Except for his family, I can't allow any visitors. Why don't you come back in 24 hours?
What's his condition?
He's serious but stable. Excuse me.
Miss Rivera. Yes? We're detectives. I'm Cagney. This is my partner, Lacey.
No le digas nada, ¿ok? Están atrás de Mario. Won't you two just leave us alone, huh?
My brother is sick in intensive care. He can speak to no one.
Miss Rivera, we know your brother's too sick to talk. We just thought maybe you...
Violence against gang members usually goes unnoticed. Why this sudden interest? Miss Rivera, you knew something about what happened.
She knows nothing. She was at school.
I'm a political science major at NYU.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Don't be surprised. Some of us qualify. Esteban, you were there. You saw what went down. Will you tell us about it?
I already told the police everything I know. I don't owe you nothing.
Miss Pulaski says there were knives. Were there knives, Esteban?
My brother was shot down in cold blood, lady. In cold blood.
A year ago, my brother Lorenzo was killed in a gang fight between the Toros and the Gladiators. Now, we found out because they dropped his body on the steps outside. Today, my brother Mario is gunned down. He may die. Mario is a good boy. He is innocent. Esteban is good. Now, if you have come here looking for a witness for Pulaski's defense, you are wasting your time. We're looking for the facts, Anna. The truth. You can understand that. Why? What for? I know my brother is innocent, that Mr. Pulaski is guilty, but the system will free him, so what are you worried for?
I don't understand that.
Facts. The facts are, my brother is Puerto Rican, and he is guilty until proven innocent. And Mr. Pulaski is Anglo. The system will free him. Make no mistake about it.
what's the matter, babe?
I got a problem.
What a relief. For a minute there, I thought I did.
I'm serious, Harv.
Hey, honey, I'm sorry. What? What?
I arrested a man today. I'm prejudiced.
What did he do?
He shot an unarmed Puerto Rican gang member. Kid's in intensive care.
Yeah?
And I think the man's innocent.
Why?
'Cause he's 80 and he's white. And he doesn't throw rocks in my car. He doesn't call me a pig, and he doesn't hate me 'cause I'm a cop.
So what are you trying to tell me? You're a bigot?
It's a possibility, isn't it?
No.
Why not?
Because I know you.
Everybody we talk to confirms the fact that Pulaski shot the kid 'cause he couldn't stand noisy imposition on his life. And I end up buying the old man's story.
Honey, that doesn't make you prejudiced.
Are you listening to what I'm telling you here? Chris doesn't think he's innocent.
Chris Cagney doesn't have your clear and objective mind.
Do you think I have a clear and objective mind?
Oh, now why is that so hard to believe, huh? Because it's coming from me? Or what'll it take to convince you? A lie detector?
I love it. I love it. And it talks so tough. Harvey.
What?
Harvey. You ever taking extra vitamin pills?
Can we have Egg McMuffins?
They're having scrambled eggs.
Don't break mine.
Too late. Call your father.
Dad!
Yeah?
I've lived in this house all my life, and nobody knows I hate scrambled eggs.
Nobody cares.
This is half an hour early. Here, take it over, will you?
Hi.
Do you want to see Harvey?
Yes, do you mind? Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Locked myself out.
Not again.
Be right with you.
Thank you.
She always does that.
When did she move in?
Lenny? Why? She's always lived there. She's usually at home when you're at work. See you tonight, huh? Bye, guys.
Bye, Dad. Bye, Dad. Bye, Dad.
How do you plan to let her in?
Well, as a super of this building, I got a master key.
As opposed to a mistress key.
That's cute.
Vitamins, huh?
Come on, Mary Beth, don't be ridiculous. Harvey cheating?
You sound like that couldn't happen to him. Are you saying he's incapable of fooling around?
No, I'm not insulting his manhood. It's just that, you're very touchy today. I'm sorry. You would have to be blind not to see that you are the only woman in his life.
Uh-huh. So how come Miss Fly With Me has perfect plumbing and our sink is stopped up?
Well,
You should see her legs. They go all the way up to her dimples.
Man on floor.
Door's open.
Everybody decent?
and what if we weren't?
The arraignment was pushed up.
To when?
To 9 this morning.
We missed it. No.
So what's the formal charge?
Assault with a deadly weapon. Her face.
Where are you guys headed?
What do you want?
Falafel?
At 9:30 in the morning?
Okay, tell them to throw an egg on it.
You going to see Pulaski?
Yeah, at 10 and then legal aid.
Nice old guy, that Pulaski. I always liked him.
How come everybody knows him?
I used to answer his calls when I was walking a beat, as they say. Chronic complainer.
So you're the guy who always showed up 2 hours after the fact.
Holds a grudge, too.
Call that trial? They don't give me a chance to talk.
No, it was just a preliminary hearing, Mr. Pulaski, just to determine the facts.
Facts. You think they are going to ruin their case with facts? Did you hear, boy, how he lied?
Who, Mr. Pulaski?
Esteban! He was supposed to be my friend.
Mario's brother was your friend?
Yes. He say to me many times he want to get out from gang. He say he feel better always around pigeons. My pigeons. Oh, he very good with pigeons. He used it to come up to my coop on roof to talk to them. I remember. But he was not my friend. He was scum, like others. Scum!
Your life is in danger, man. They won't trust you. Because they'll remember when you wandered out of the gang, when Lorenzo died. The Toros are afraid, man. They're afraid you'll turn on them. You got to prove yourself. I can't do it for you.
My brother is very tired. We're running out of time, Miss Rivera. If we could ask just a few questions. Mario.
I will tell you nothing.
If we can't help you, maybe we can help Esteban.
Stay away from my brother.
Did he have a knife? Did you have a knife? Did you have any weapons?
You listen to them, Mario. Maybe they're right. Maybe they can get Esteban out of the gang before he dies like Lorenzo.
As long as I live, Esteban will survive.
And if you don't?
If Esteban winds up on a slab, it will be your fault. It will be you who killed him. If the Toros believe that he can be influenced by the lies of a woman, then his blood will be on your hands.
Influenced to do what?
Type and cross-match him for 4 units of blood, then put him in Trendelenburg.
Is he gonna make it?
I don't know. Right now, his chances look pretty dim.
You're in my way, lady.
You're in our way, punk.
Esteban, you're a Toro, right? As a Toro, you live by some code of honor I don't understand. But I can't believe in a code that can let an innocent man die in prison.
You call a murderer an innocent man?
Can't you see we're wasting our breath? He wants to be buried in a Toro jacket. He wants to die like this. It's the Rivera family tradition, right, man? First Lorenzo, then Mario. How much time do you think you've got before you check out for your own funeral?
When'd you lose your interest in pigeons, Esteban?
Listen, if you're still counting on all that bunk about the system guaranteeing a free ride for Pulaski, forget it.
Listen to me. Use your brains. You want to be part of a gang? You've been part of the human gang since the day you were born. Act like a member. We know Pulaski isn't lying. We know there were knives.
And I'm telling you there were no knives.
We can help you.
I don't need your help.
Who else have you got? Your brother Toros?
Look, why don't you all leave us alone, huh? Mario, my sister, and me, okay?
Oh! How do you reach a kid like that? Reach him? He has been weaned on mother's milk and a 1,000-year-old tradition of macho garbage. Save your heart, ML. Oh, I gotta go, Harvey. Something about meatloaf or something. Something to go with a meatloaf.
Parsley.
This is Lacey, 360. Could you get me my home number, please? 555-1519. I can't remember what it was.
Ketchup?
No, it's not.
Busy.
He's probably giving the stewardess his meatloaf recipe.
Esteban, I don't think you like our jacket.
Man, I'm a Toro, bro. Now that a Toro, too.
Yeah, that's not the way you talked a year ago. And you wanted out then. Now you're different.
Yeah, man. I tell you, I swear it's different, Guillermo, all right? It's different, man.
You got my message.
Yep. Got held up, sorry. Be home ASAP. PS, hope you like anchovy.
Yuck.
No, there's no anchovy. It's okay. Mom's kidding.
I tried to call you, but somebody was on the phone for an hour and a half.
Hey, I was off the hook. Hey, I was impressed with your ingenuity. Could have had some guy in a blue and white knock down the door, huh?
Nah, too easy. Why was the phone off the hook?
Dad got tired of all the drips in the building.
Hey, okay, cool with that. Hey, I was getting all these complaints from the tenants.
Wings?
Leanie gave them to me. Neat, huh?
Did you get yours yet, Harvey? Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Chris.
Started anything hot and heavy yet with Harvey?
Does knocking off a pizza together fit?
Married life. Listen, I want you to wipe the tomato paste off your cheek and get yourself together, because we're going to go to Petrie's wife's shower.
Wait a minute. He doesn't want us there, remember?
He will. Tonight is the perfect night to settle this whole thing. We're going to show the wives that we're just a couple of hard-working cops with no designs on their husbands. We can't avoid this thing forever.
Why not?
Mary Beth, don't you want to make those poor ladies feel better? Don't you realize that until they get a look at us, their fantasies are going to make them miserable?
I just got home.
Okay, plain is the name of the game. I'm wearing my tweed jacket and my pearls, my tan skirt. I think that you should wear your blue suit and that yuck green blouse. You look awful in that.
Thank you very much.
I already picked up the presents, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to be there in 15 minutes. Okay?
Chris? Honey?
What?
You want to go to Rod and Claudia Petrie's shower?
Well, how come I'm suddenly invited?
You're not. Neither am I.
Ain't that the way it always goes? Ain't that the way? All you know for sure is no one knows. That's all they say. They try to make you crawl when you know you can fly. Just keep smiling when you want to cry. Now that's the way. Ain't that the way? Ain't that the way?
Said you can afford to be a feminist, honey, I told her. Me, all I got going for me are big bassoons. Ooh, it must be Lieutenant Samuels. He's the only one missing.
Right.
Thank you.
I'll get it, hon.
Okay.
Petrie, hey, how you doing?
Look, Petrie, if this is really below the belt, we could just disappear.
No. It's okay. Come on in. It was a dumb move not inviting you in the first place.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
In that case, you get to keep these.
What? What'd you do that for?
Spite.
Come on in.
I wish Harvey was here.
Why?
It would just... It'd look better if there was guys with us.
You're right, I should have rented a fiance.
Honey, these are the guys I was telling you about. This is Christine Cagney.
How do you do? It's very nice to meet you, Miller.
And, I'm sorry, Lacey.
Mary Beth.
Mary Beth.
This is Mary Beth Lacey. How do you do? How do you do?
This is my wife, Claudia. Bonita Velasquez.
Hello.
Did I hear Christine and Mary Beth?
Yeah, we do have first names as Becky.
Christine and Mary Beth. Let me get you a drink.
That's a good idea.
Excuse me, Miss Cagney. Or is it Mrs. Cagney?
No, I'm single, but looking.
Kinda improves your chances, huh, with so many men around.
Here's a drink. Here you go, Mary Beth. Oh, Mary Beth, I'm sorry.
It's all right, I look lousy in it anyway.
There's a bathroom. It's up the stairs and down the hall on the left next to the bedroom.
You work closely with Rod? Rod. Oh, Petrie. Petrie's the best. Whenever I'm in over my head, I always ask him. I can learn a lot from him.
Yeah. That's why we call him the professor at home. Isn't that right, Professor?
Listen, I hear they're holding Pulaski for assault.
Yeah, I think he's getting a bum rap.
Unless you got witnesses. Any luck?
But I think Esteban Rivera wants out of the Toros. What do you think his chances are?
Slim to none.
You used to be involved in all of that. You got out. His sister Anna's going to college. She's all right. So what is with this kid and his 1,000-year-old revenge game? Does that make him a man?
He's a punk kid who doesn't know who he is. His man was going to be judged by the Toros. Don't count on him to think on his friends. He's dead if he does. And they'll do it in style. They'll take him out to gladiator territory, make a ruckus, and I'll let them do it for him. Bon, listen, give me another scotch on that rocks, will you, please?
You've had enough. We're going home.
Home? It's not even 10 o'clock yet.
I'm nauseous and pregnant, remember?
Women.
Go dance with your wife.
Yeah.
Mary Beth, you should see Petrie's hothouse. It's just unbelievable.
I'll take a rain check, huh? Let's get out of here.
What, you have to go?
Yeah, sorry.
Thank you for having us, Mrs. Petrie. It was really a lovely shower. Honest. Hi, Chief. Bye, Chief.
Hey, what are you two doing here?
Us? We're the life of the party.
No me molestas así.
This is
It wasn't my fault you left your coat at the party.
I suppose it was mine.
We need a drink.
Don't you think you've had enough?
What do you want? I'll surprise you.
Don't bother. I'll just bring this out in a glass.
2 vodkas on the rocks, run a tap. Oh, don't tell me this place is straight. Thanks. Can you tell me something? What was with Petrie's wife? I haven't been so polite to anybody since the nuns, and she burst into tears.
It has to do with being pregnant and seeing yourself as a Zeppelin instead of a hot number.
But it's so obvious he's crazy about her.
Yeah. But it doesn't take a lot of paranoia to imagine your husband's looking around when you're starting to get a little tired. And your self-image isn't that great. And there's a face hanging around him that's prettier and newer than yours.
You're thinking about Harv. And coffee, tea, or me.
I was not. But I am now. I'll see you tomorrow, Chris.
What are you doing to me? How many times you want me to repeat this? She doesn't turn me on.
How come
You're always in that apartment fixing that dripping faucet.
Because that's my job.
Even when the faucet stops dripping?
Are you enjoying this?
Why don't you just admit it, Harvey? Admit! She turns you on. You're not dead, Harvey. You're only married. Don't you think there's a few guys that give me a little rush?
Like who?
Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck.
Don't worry. Harvey, he's in Hawaii.
Hey, good morning, New York. This is Big Bad Bob. It's about 6:01. Well, if you're not up for work by now, you're gonna be late. So we're gonna help you get started here with some hot new music to get that blood pumping through those veins. So wake up, Big Apple.
Sometimes that husband of mine is cuter than Kermit the Frog.
Please, you're making me sicker than I already am.
You hate it when I'm happy, don't you?
Do you have to smoke?
You know, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but you two could feel this good. Say the word, and Harv will give Dave Travers your number. And pretty soon, you have a smile on your face, just like this.
No smile, no numbers, no fix-up, okay? Got it?
I got it. Oh, I talked to Claudia this morning.
Claudia?
Yeah, Mrs. Petrie. Remember her, pregnant, your hostess from last night?
Oh, yeah, the Zeppelin.
It's such a surprise in the morning. Anyway, she was real nice. She admitted she was being very paranoid. Petrie's never given her any reason to be jealous. And she apologized for being such a stupid last night.
And you want me to get married?
That's it, okay? What's on the program?
We're gonna knock on more closed doors. We're gonna try to find some poor witness who's been spending sleepless nights over this whole thing.
I still think Esteban's our weak link. As a matter of fact, he's our only hope. But how do you get him to break that code of theirs?
It's simple. You don't.
Good morning. That was some hell of a party you had last night. Made the top 10. Ranked just below Uzbeki's Briss. Have a nice day.
Good morning, Christine. And how are we this morning? The bicob is by the water cooler.
Coffee or bicob?
Both. What do you think, LaGuardia?
About what?
About last night. We blackballed out of the old boys club. Last night's episode leaked into our professional lives.
She wants to know if we're ever going to be invited to another party.
Actually, there have been several sociological studies on the merits of separation as it applies to one's personal and professional life.
Maria Rivera just died. It's murder now.
It's in June, he said. Oh, no. No, it was in the spring. Because he remembered the cherry blossom had bloomed.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. I just want a description of the... Will you tell him I just want a description of the man who broke into his store?
You have to let him tell it in his own way.
Sweetheart, by the time he's finished telling me, the thief will be in Canada.
Yes, I hear you. We're on it right now. Look, you've got to get a hold of yourself. She's hysterical.
Oh.
We're on our way. Anna, the tourists just broke into the house and dragged Esteban out.
It never ends. According to Velasquez, they'll take him to gladiator territory. That way it'll look like the gladiators wiped him out.
That can't be too hard to find. The gladiators only control a few square blocks. Let's go.
I would have died at Toro, man. I would have never told about the knives, never. But you turned me out. You tried to kill me, man. Now, I don't owe you nothing. You understand that, man? I don't owe you nothing.
Pulaski's gonna be a very happy lady. Mary Beth, if you take her another gallon of Harvey's chicken soup, I'll never, ever speak to you again. Ever.
Well, here's the earlier part of Friday evening on ITV3. A gruesome discovery to send a chill down your spine in Quantum Leap next. Due South follows at 10 to 6, with Lovejoy sniffing out Roman treasures on the Isle of Man. That's later, 10 to 7.
What's in here? Phosphoric acid, benzoate of soda, monosodium phosphate, and polyethylene glycol.
All that and only 1 calorie.
Keep on drinking this stuff. They can just skip the physical, give you an environmental impact study.
Listen to the human chimney. It keeps me thin.
Well, I'll tell you what we do. We do a diet book. The police person's diet. Every one of those books sells $1 million.
We want to see what cops do.
That's the idea.
149 East 23rd Street. All cars in the vicinity proceed immediately.
Car 312, repeat last. Please repeat last.
Girl on ledge, 14th floor, 23rd and Lexington, northeast corner. All cars in vicinity proceed immediately.
Car 312, responding to last. We're en route. When Michael was 3, I found him heading down to the 72nd Street subway station.
Officer, what happened?
I'm trying to talk her down. But I don't know if she doesn't understand English or what. But we're gonna have to make a grab for her.
Give me a minute. Keep her looking at you. You got a handkerchief or a scarf, anything like that? Good, good. Fold it in 4. Perfect, perfect. Give me a lipstick. Just put 2 eyes, a little mouth. Put a smile on it. Good, good. Hang on. Take a good look at it. You ever see it before? What's the matter? You mad at me? Huh? You mad at me? You ever seen her before? She was wanting to come up here and... You give her a hug. Isn't she a friend of yours? Yeah. You okay? Sure, she's all right. But you sure scared me. What's your name, baby?
You want to take a ride with us?
Yeah. Come on.
Let's go.
Had it.
Here.
all these plain clothes?
Ain't that the way they say it goes? Ain't that the way? You gotta make a bet when plays a show where you can't play. Even when you know you're gonna lose, it ain't tax exempt, it ain't even dues. Ain't that the way? Even when you know you're gonna lose, it ain't tax exempt, it ain't even dues. Ain't that the way?
Thelma, I'm getting plenty of roughage. No, get me the stuff without the raisins.
You can always tell a sandwich made for profit. They skim.
Unlike a sandwich made for love, which is plentiful in prime ingredients.
Petrie, you got any spare treats?
Homemade oatmeal cookies.
Perfect.
Hey, Petrie, look who's here.
I see him. Hello, I'm Arthur Barrett. I'm representing Curtis Murdoch, whom you're holding here.
I'm Detective Cagney. This is Detective Lacey, Detective Petrie.
You must be the arresting officer in the Murdoch case. That's right. Mm-hmm. And this?
So far, she's exercised her right to remain silent.
Smart girl. Looks like she's been roughed up a little. Could be police brutality. Someone else may need a lawyer.
It'll never make the Supreme Court, Counselor.
We have some things we could talk about.
Well, what are we finding out here?
The kid likes cookies. Hey, Cookie, what's your name, huh? Why don't you tell us your name? I know you got a name. Everybody's got a name.
Move. The kids respond to me. Make it easy on yourself. Where's your mommy and daddy?
Must be your natural charm, Lieutenant.
I'll get social services up here. They'll take her.
Oh, Lieutenant, give us a little while, huh?
All right, okay. But just in case you fail to extract any information, I'll get a photographer up here. We'll get a picture in the papers.
I'll bet your name is,
Angela.
Angela.
I want you to lay off my client.
You don't.
Hey, Petrie, take it easy.
Easy. Did Murdoch take it easy on those people he mugged?
Don't let him get you. You gotta take her. Forget that. I know that.
Make another friend?
I always seek to widen my circle of acquaintances.
Me too.
You ever stop being a cop long enough to accept an invitation to dinner? Huh?
Cops eat.
Tonight?
8.
Great.
We caught him red-handed, Lieutenant. He broke the old lady's jaw.
Hello. Oh, hi, Chris. What's up? Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to pick me up. I'll see you there. Oh, Chris, how'd it go last night? Okay. All right, tell me about it later.
Just got another new one, huh?
Oh, yeah. He flashed on her so fast. Even I was impressed. Bobby. You ever wish you were single again? You know what we need? We need a little excitement, like maybe take a vacation.
Wait, we can't afford one.
I don't mean now, I mean someday, you know. If we could, where would you go?
Heidelberg.
Heidelberg? Since when have you been hot to go to Heidelberg?
Saw a poster of it once in a bar. Just struck me as a place I'd like to see. It was real, you know, quaint. How about you?
I don't know. I was willing to settle for you and me on the Jersey Shore.
Hey.
My throat hurts worse. Can I get into bed with you?
Hey,
come on. Daddy'll take care of you.
Come on.
'Cause I gotta get up. Javi.
Hey.
What goes with a purse-snatching stakeout? Should I wear the tweed thing or my gray pantsuit?
Wear your bikini. Purse snatchers will be so busy looking at you, they'll forget what they came for.
Love is blind.
I hate these stakeouts. I'd rather be on the move.
Well, they're not my favorite thing either. This collar's driving me crazy.
Anyway, back to Mr. Barrett. Mary Beth, he's terrific. Went to Amherst College.
Yeah?
Yeah. Did you look where that woman's putting her bag? No wonder the precinct's swamped with purse snatchers. These little old ladies are like sitting ducks. Oh, and his uncle was a Supreme Court justice.
The men aren't geniuses either, though, you know. They put their wallet in their back pocket. Some guy comes along with a razor. One little... Goodbye.
He's a terrific conversationalist, too. He reads books just like most guys read the sports page. And he didn't jump me.
Oh, real gentleman, huh?
Yeah. That's only temporary, I hope.
So, did the Prince of Preppies ask you out again?
In advance to a $200 a plate benefit for the American Civil Liberties Union. Sounds formal. What do you think I should wear?
You're asking me what you should wear to a function like that? I haven't been to anything fancy since Harvey's cousin got married. They were both virgins. That's how long ago it was.
How is old Harv, anyway?
Oh, he's all right. Michael's sick, though. He'll run through the whole family. It works like that. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Has he still got the fever? All right, I can get all the stuff here at the hotel pharmacy. Yeah, give him a kiss for me. Harv, give him a hug. I don't want you to catch it, too. Bye-bye.
There's another pair of prime targets.
We made the papers. Anyone with information concerning this girl, blah, 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 please contact Detective Cagney or Lacey. There's the picture. Cute kid, huh?
Front page. I like that.
You lady too busy to pick up your message? Any luck on a stakeout?
No.
Now stay on it. The commissioner's wife had a purse snatch yesterday. She lost $200 cash.
Where'd you get that kind of money?
Anybody who wants me, they're out of luck for 2 hours.
Hello, this is Detective Lacey returning your call. About the girl in the papers? Great. Your granddaughter? What's the address, please? 504 East 11th, apartment 42. And is there a telephone number? I see. When was the phone disconnected? Mrs. Collins, we'll let you know the minute we have Angela back with her parents. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Angela. Angela, where have you been, huh?
Are you George Dawes?
Yes, ma'am.
We're Detectives Cagney and Lacey, the 14th Precinct. Can we come in, sir?
Yes, please. Come on in. What happened? Where'd you find her?
On a 14th-story rooftop on Lexington Avenue.
You leave her with relatives for a couple days. Next thing you know, you people find her like this. Honey, are you sure you're all right? Huh?
Where are these relatives now?
Well, they're just visiting. They're traveling in a big camper. They're my wife's people. Oh, excuse me. Would you ladies like to sit down?
Thank you.
Do you have any idea what kind of camper? Or the license plate? We'd like to find them.
You'd like to find them. I mean, how can they let a kid out of their sight like that? Excuse me. The camper had Georgia plates on it. Their name's Woods. They live in Atlanta. They're retired and they travel around a lot.
Mrs. Dawes, you have any idea where your relatives are now?
No, we're gonna find them.
How many kids you got?
3. There's Angela and 2 boys there. A little bashful.
Mrs. Dawes, your mother tells me you had your phone disconnected?
No, we didn't disconnect it. I just told her that. We got a new unlisted number there. Honey, I hate saying this, but I'm gonna have to. Her mother's a real nice old lady, really, she is. But she treats Ruth like a damn kid. You know, even after we got married, she was telling Ruth how to run the house and how to bring up the kids. And I just got sick of it. She was interfering with our marriage. You know, well, she's getting old.
I'm glad everything turned out for the best.
Yes, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Listen, I don't know how to thank you, really.
Mr. Dawes, if you hear anything from those relatives, give us a call.
Oh, you bet. Listen, thank you very much, both of you.
Pleasure.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Anything bother you about that family?
Like what?
I don't know. Feels funny, like the brothers don't greet their sister. Seems like Dawes wouldn't let his wife answer for herself.
He's being overprotective. You heard what he said about his mother-in-law. Look, the kid's back safe. Did an okay job.
Maybe.
This guy kidnapped me. She tried to skip out on the fare.
I just wanted to go up to my apartment. You don't expect me to carry my pocketbook in this?
You should have had your money before you got in the cab.
They were going to pay me cash for coming out of the cake, so I came out. But they expected more than an appearance. So I split. I got principles.
Yeah, and I got cake crumbs all over the back seat.
Okay. You want to get paid for coming out of the cake, right?
Yeah.
Take her back to the hall, go in with her, make sure she gets her dough, take what she owes you, then take the lady home.
Great. I like tall broads.
Her home.
Listen.
Yes, ma'am. We saw the two boys. They look just fine. Mrs. Collins, are you sure you're not talking about some other child? I believe you. Absolutely. I will, Mrs. Collins. Bye-bye. The grandmother says there were 4 kids in the Dawes family, not 3. There's another girl. Morning. Hey.
Morning.
Hi.
Find those relations of my wife?
You didn't give us too much to go on.
Well, I told you all I know. They are family. Till now, I figured them to be trustworthy.
We did want to ask just a few more questions, Mr. Dawes.
Sure, go right on ahead.
How did Angela get those bruises on her arm?
No, I don't know. Kids fall. Ruth can't keep an eye on them all the time.
Also, where was your older daughter yesterday?
Older daughter? No, Angela's the only one.
We heard you had another child in your family.
Who told you that?
Your mother-in-law, Mrs. Collins?
She told that one again. Well, I guess that's her way of getting back at us, because, well, I told her she had to move out. You know, it was a rough decision, but, you know, I had to. She was driving my wife crazy. Did she tell you one about how Ruth would take it out on one of the kids whenever she got uptight?
No.
Well, she'll get around to it. She's got a whole collection of them. You just give her a chance. Well, better get back to work. Anything else I can do for you ladies?
Not right now.
Oh, listen, I wanted to say, you know, a couple days ago, someone would have asked me about cops. I'd have curled their ear, but, you know, you two gave me a whole new respect for them.
Thanks.
Oh, you bet. Take care now.
Maybe Dawes is telling the truth. Maybe Grandma doesn't have both oars in the water.
You don't believe in that fourth kid, do you?
Oh, come on, Mary Beth. We didn't become detectives to find a child that might not even exist. We already saved Angela. Let's pull out.
Hey! She's looking happy again.
And on the ground again.
How are the boys?
Doing good in school.
Mrs. Dawes, where's Lynn?
What do you mean?
Well, we know there's another child in your family.
Mrs. Dawes, why don't you tell us what really happened?
We gave her up for adoption a couple of years ago. We didn't have any money, no room where we was living. They found a place where they could keep her.
Where?
It was through an agency. They gave us money.
What agency?
Don't remember the name.
Was it in this neighborhood? You have the name written down?
Maybe. Somewhere.
We'll be talking to you again, Mrs. Dawes.
Bye, Angie. You don't forget the name of the agency you turn your kid over to.
Ladies, somebody left this for you.
Okay, quit shoving.
Thanks for getting Angie back to us. George and Ruth Dawes.
Child beaters always send chocolate-covered cherries. Did you miss that one in detective school?
No, you're wrong about that. Child beaters send flowers. It's husbands and rapists that send candy. It's peanut brittle. Take it home to the boys before it disappears.
No chance.
Let's give it to his Becky and watch his teeth rot.
What do you got on the missing Dawes kid?
Dawes and his wife tell different stories, but neither one of them explain the missing daughter or the bruises on Angela's arm.
Are you still on that one? Look, I belted my kid once or twice when he stepped out of line. Does that make me a creep? A father's got an obligation to discipline his kids.
There's a difference between discipline and physical abuse, sir.
Look, the department's got a psychiatrist, paid him a hell of a lot of money. Does profiles, predicts behavior. He's good. Won't ask you if you dreamed about telephone poles either. I'll set up a meeting for you. You know, this could use some more peanuts.
So, child abuse, common as it is, can be very hard to identify. Detective Lacey, do you have any children?
Two boys.
Do you ever discipline them physically?
Well, sometimes, sure, they get a little aggravating. I give them a swat.
What if by accident you happen to injure one of your boys?
I would never hurt
What does
any
this have
kid.
to do with the case we're on?
I'm merely trying to show that the range of child abuse is vast.
Dr. Norrell, we were just
A
hoping...
scenario. The missing girl was physically abused by her father. Mother wanted to end the situation. The girl's put up for adoption. The father, understandably, wants to deny the girl ever existed. So, if the girl was not adopted, she could have been violently assaulted, perhaps fatally. It happens every day of the week, especially on Sundays.
Do most of those kids survive?
Most do. Some become violent themselves. Some become psychiatrists.
You?
This is not for effect. I was hit in the eye with a belt buckle at the age of 10. Let me add, consider that the father may be telling the truth. Check the facts. If there is a missing girl, eliminate the worst possibility first.
You mean there's no such thing as a Lynn Dawes? The mother is lying.
I'm suggesting that your sensitivity as women, to women, may be affecting your appraisal of the facts.
sensitivity is women to women. Huh. Experts can be a real pain, you know? Every trial we're involved in, they've got experts, we've got experts. They're like hookers. You can buy one on every street corner.
How long do you think it'd take me to drive up and see the grandmother?
It's all through way. An hour and a half if you start after rush hour.
If I put it here, the sun shines on it all afternoon.
May I come over and look?
Sure. That's Lynn.
These are my kids. This is Hop Jr., and that's Michael.
Aren't they gorgeous?
Mrs. Collins, those relatives that your daughter entrusted Angela to, who are they?
What relatives?
Their name is Woods. They're from Atlanta.
Oh, my nephew Cork and some girl he roams around with. They move around like gypsies in that camper of his.
Would you call him a responsible person?
No telling what Cork could do.
Mrs. Collins, if I told you it was very important, would you mind if we borrowed that picture for a while?
The children are all right, aren't they?
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll leave you my kids for security. All right? Thank you very much, Mrs. Collins. We'll be talking to you soon.
Give Lynn a kiss for me, please. When you see her.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
So anyway, we get back to my place.
Yeah?
We're feeling kind of loose because we had this really nice wine and champagne.
Yeah? Geez, I love champagne.
Well, there we are, sitting on my couch. He's in his tux. Me, I'm in this gown. My clavicles are showing. We look just like a, couple right out of a perfume ad. And you know what he does?
What?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Check me out, huh? See any hickeys? Any beard burn? Nothing.
Maybe he's gay.
Not a chance.
Maybe you're not his type?
I don't know. We had this little argument about the criminal justice system. I think I kind of ruffled his feathers.
So, how did it end?
So I said to him, the trouble with you thoroughbreds is that you're too damn sensitive. We're not gonna go to court on this. You're gonna come over next week for dinner.
You're cooking him dinner? You must really want him bad.
8:30 Tuesday. You got a pot you can lend me?
Coroner told me you were interested in seeing the reconstructions of unidentified juveniles.
We've been through every record and photo in his department, but none of the IDs match up with the picture we have of Lynn Dawes.
Well, maybe we can help you. As he explained to you, one of our functions is to reconstruct features from decomposed skulls for purposes of identification. Now, we've narrowed it down to 4 in the time period and age range that you are investigating.
That's her. That's Lynn Dawes.
There's some resemblance.
Some?
Is this enough evidence to proceed with our investigation, Doctor?
Well, it provides another tool for identification. It's very difficult to reconstruct the face from a decomposed skull, but there are some rules that help you do the reconstruction. A face is 5 eyes wide. Outer corner of the eye is 1 eye within from the side. Now, you stick these on the bone. Shorter ones up here on the forehead, and the longer ones here on the chin, and that gives you skin depth. See, then you cover with clay. Now, once the clay is on, then you have to work from memory. Like here. I noticed the nasal bone had been broken. So after I put on the basic skin, I added just that little touch of crookedness to the nose.
Can you tell what caused the break?
Well, there was evidence of violence all over the skeleton. You know, if you listen, those bones will talk to you.
You do a lot of this, working with kids?
Oh, yeah, a couple a month, yeah.
You got it down so exact. Does it ever get to you?
The day it stops getting to me is the day I quit.
These are the dental x-rays. They match the pathologist's model that looks like Lynn Dawes.
Good. Come on.
And we got lucky. The fourth dentist we talked to in the neighborhood gave us a positive ID. It is the Dawes girl.
Here, just pull hard. Let me do it.
Hey, cowboy, it's my drawer. So you're bringing in the parents now, right?
The mother claims the girl was adopted a couple of years ago.
So how you gonna handle it?
Like smart cops. You push in, then you pull out.
Geritol. Retired blood. What's going on, Lieutenant? You letting Thelma down?
This year, what do you say we go?
Well, get going. Now be careful, will you? I don't want to have any false arrest suits in here.
Yes, sir.
We have some bad news for you. And we are truly sorry. The body of your daughter, Lynn, was found 7 months ago.
What daughter?
I told them about the adoption.
Sure. They're your own flesh and blood. You're supposed to look after them. You know, you try. Then the plant shuts down. So you start packing them up in the car and moving out. Looking for work wherever you can find it. Anything. The docks, hospital orderly, pumping gas. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Watch them starve? You know, Ruth, she wanted to keep Lynn. But, you know, I just couldn't stand that hurt. Look at her, I not being able to give her what she needed. Now, you find her. You find whoever adopted Lynn. I want you to get him. I want him to burn. Do you hear? Get him.
We understand.
When was the adoption? What's the name of the agency? To help us here. Tell us anything you can remember.
Please. Not now. I like to be alone with my wife. Not me.
You believe there was an adoption?
No. How are we going to prove it?
Break one of them down?
It's not going to be him.
If we leave that with you, can you make the model look exactly like the photograph?
Well, some things are kind of tough to do, like lips. But, yeah, no problem. Just give me a little time, huh?
We really appreciate this.
Sure.
What was that I had over at your house last week? It was terrific.
I don't believe this. You mean to tell me you haven't figured out what to feed Barrett yet?
No. What was it?
Meatloaf.
Give me the recipe.
Oh, Chris, you can't give a guy like Arthur Barrett meatloaf for dinner. You gotta give him something like, steak tartare.
So, give me the recipe for steak tartare. I'll cook that.
You got any plain soda? No, we'll be right here in an hour.
Excuse me, what is this drink? It's beautiful.
Ah, pina colada.
Oh, I must get one.
Good pay dirt. Cuff the blonde and blue. I'll get him. horrible, isn't it?
What is it?
Beef en croûte.
Oh, really? This is an incredible disguise.
Damn it, Barrett, you sit there so cool and polite, making wisecrack remarks. Why don't you just come out and say it? The food stinks. I'm a bust as a cook. If that's what you want, it's not me. Do you want dessert?
Did you make it?
Yes.
Then I don't want it.
Some more wine?
Chris, what's wrong with you tonight?
Nothing.
Problem at work?
No,
Trouble with your partner?
never.
Well, something is making you uncomfortable, and I don't know what it is. We've been out 3 times together. By now, we should be getting a little bit more familiar.
Here are your car keys.
Listen, Chris, I didn't mean to upset you. I didn't plan for this evening to go this way either.
Your car is parked in the 6 a.m. tow-away zone. We don't want to wake up that early, do we?
Mary Beth! Yeah? Can you get that, please?
Chris, you're early.
Mr. Barrett has a wife in Washington. One of these, we don't live together, but divorce is out of the question relationships. Please? I spent $34.95 on a cookbook, not to mention what that side of beef cost me.
Oh, Chris, I'm so sorry.
It's his loss.
What are you mad about?
I blew it, you know? I mean, I can usually smell a guy like that a mile away. My biorhythms must be off or something.
Christine, did you find out about the wife before or after?
None of your business.
What is it? This is the whip the Duke used in Red River.
The Duke used a whip?
Well, he had to. Hey, you remember the scene where this guy was raiding the chuck wagon? He was trying to steal some sugar, and all of a sudden he dropped all these pots, and there was a big stampede?
Yeah, that was a great scene.
Oh, yeah? Well, the Duke had to teach him a lesson, huh?
How do you know that that whip was the Duke's?
Oh, the guy who sold it to me was an extra on the movie.
No kidding. Wow. So how much you pay for that?
$40. Yeah, it took me 6 months to convince the guy to sell it.
Yeah, wow. You know that that's the oldest con in the world? And you fell for him?
Hey, Lieutenant. Guys in the John Wayne fan club don't lie.
What? Homicide? No, this is the OK Corral.
Hi, Petrie. Petrie, you mad at me?
I don't want to see you. Or your boyfriend, Barrett.
He's not my boyfriend.
Do you know what that tweed suit slumming Ivy League lawyer got done? He appealed the hearing, and Murdoch is out on bail.
Bill of Rights says that no one shall be denied bail.
When Thomas Jefferson wrote the Bill of Rights, he didn't figure on Curtis Muggin in the Park Murdoch.
A little respect for people's rights might have stopped quite a few lynchings, Petrie.
What the hell are you doing in the men's toilet anyway?
There's only one toilet on this floor.
Right now, it's the men's toilet.
Let's go.
Where?
I just talked to Ruth Dawes. We're gonna pick her up.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to this.
You said it. He's not gonna be the one to crack.
week didn't go by that George didn't hurt me. One time he threw a carton of salt on the floor and made me lick it up. I was so sick. If he wasn't beating me or one of the kids, he was yelling he was going to.
Why didn't you just go?
It wasn't always that way. When we was going together, before we got married, George was the sweetest man. If I ran out of my favorite cologne, he'd get it for me. He said he loved the way it smelled on me.
What happened to Lynn?
He didn't want her in the house. He said she caused trouble. One day he took her off and came back without her, said he'd found her a nice home. Sometimes I thought the worst, and then I'd see a picture of a pretty house, and I'd think, maybe Lynn was there with nice people. Maybe a garden. She loved flowers. At least I saved Angela.
We saved Angela. We took her off the roof of a 14-story building.
I don't know how she got there. That day George came home and he made me dress Angel up. He didn't want any girls in the house. We drove around and around, and when we stopped at a liquor store, I opened up the car door and I told Angela that her daddy was real angry and he was gonna beat her like he'd done before. I told her to run. What else could I do?
You did good, Ruth. You did. You saved Angela. Now you've got to help us. Your husband is going to be charged with murder. You're going to have to tell a lot of people what you've just told us.
It's not right to speak against your man.
How can you say that? The man brutalized you. He murdered your kid.
We'll protect you, Ruth. Cooperate with us. George Dawes will never hurt you or your children again.
You have the right to remain silent. If you give up this right, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You're entitled to an attorney at every stage of the proceedings. If you can't afford a lawyer, the court will appoint legal aid.
Tonight on ITV3, Richard Griffith stars in the last in the series of Pie in the Sky. That's at 8. Then Hacks at 9. And later, Tara Fitzgerald stars in the concluding part of The Woman in White at 10. But coming next, Sam materialises as a chimpanzee. Yeah, you did hear me right. In today's Quantum Leap.
You call these plain clothes?
Ain't that the way they say it goes? Ain't that the way? You gotta make a bet when place a show or you can't play. Even when you know you're gonna lose, it ain't tax exempt, it ain't even dues. Ain't that the way? Even when you know you're gonna lose, it ain't tax exempt, it ain't even dues. Ain't that the way?
Open up. Okay, you know the routine. Let's go. Why don't you take a seat?
So, what time was it when it happened?
How many times I gotta tell you, you got the wrong guy?
We don't have all the kinks out of the system yet.
And look, I gotta go to the John, or is that a federal offense?
On your feet.
Hey, move it! I'll blow your head off! Everybody freeze! Now! I said freeze! What do you do? Freeze! Get those hands up! I want unmarked car, gas, and money now!
Okay, take it easy. We'll take care of you.
Hold it!
What happened?
You wanted a car and a tank full of gas.
Unleaded?
You two got an assignment. You're in charge of security for Helen Granger. She arrives tomorrow.
The Helen Granger who's been bum rapping the Equal Rights Amendment?
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, how do you feel about the enemies you've made because of your conservative stand on these issues?
Well, I suppose it can't be helped. Besides, it's not as if I'm running for political office.
Nothing you do would surprise me.
I am going to take that as a compliment.
Mrs. Granger, as a leading figure in the anti-feminist movement,
Haven't you acquired a great deal of power for someone who would like us to think of her as just another wife and mother?
I don't think of it as power. I think of it as support for my beliefs.
Oh, and what exactly are those beliefs?
That every American woman has the right to be a full-time wife and mother without being forced to work outside the home.
Well,
I can't believe I'm doing this.
There are an awful lot of women out there who have
I could
to
be out
work
finding Harvey,
in
our
order to
anniversary
support
present.
themselves and their children.
Helen would love that.
An awful lot of women insist upon going out to work and competing with men. I can't imagine why any woman would want to give up her freedom and become imprisoned like men. That's right, boys. You don't know it, but you're in much worse shape than we are.
I think my lunch is coming up.
You're talking about economics here.
I'm talking about freedom.
Economic freedom.
What about the economic freedom of men whose jobs have been taken over by women?
Wait till she gets a
Well,
load
just to
of
be
us.
fair, I think this would be a very good time to read the Equal Rights Amendment. What do you think?
Fairness is what I'm all about.
It says here. Thank you very much, Mrs. Helen Granger, for being here today.
I loved every minute of it. Thank you so much, Hal.
After we meet her, I'm not going to say anything. I'm afraid what will come out of my mouth.
Well, it certainly went by very quickly.
you were wonderful.
Oh, thanks again.
Watch your step.
Oh, yes, thank you. Thanks.
Mrs. Granger?
Yes.
I'm Detective Lacey, NYPD. This is Detective Cagney.
How do you do? What can I do for you?
We've been assigned to protect you.
But I requested police protection because a man...
We know, ma'am. We're it. Your limousine's waiting outside. Something tells me you're uncomfortable, Mrs. Granger.
Uncomfortable?
With us being your security. It's my guess you feel safer with a couple of guys.
Rather than police persons? I won't deny it.
You mind if I smoke? If I don't have just one little puff, I'm gonna die.
Oh, go ahead. Although it's the other way around, isn't it? Well, since you seem to be it for the moment, I guess I'd better fill you in on what's been happening to me.
You left on a lecture tour 3 weeks ago yesterday. Approximately 2 days after you left, you began receiving telephone calls of an obscene nature. First call came after your initial appearance at Cornell. The second one in Utica, 3rd Syracuse. You then became concerned and contacted police departments in each and every city that you were speaking, Albany, Rochester. They attempted to trace the calls, but were unsuccessful in doing so. And last night was the final engagement of your tour at Princeton, and this morning you boarded a helicopter for New York, Mrs. Granger. Did you enjoy the ride in this limo from the airport to the TV studio?
It's good for meetings, and we do most of our entertaining here, but our real home is in Connecticut. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Helen.
What present? What are you talking about? It was him again.
Take it easy. You said something about a present?
I don't know what he's talking about. He was here. In my apartment. He left that.
Don't touch anything. I'm going to check the rest of the place. We'll get a forensic team up here, find out how he got in. Until now, it's just been phone calls. Is that right, Mrs. Granger?
What does he want? I don't know what he wants.
Mrs. Granger, you step in here, please.
life. Never. Hey. Excuse me. Where is Dunkard, huh?
Hey, settle down, okay?
But I tell you, I was minding my own business. It is
304, public nuisance, okay?
My dear fellow, this is a free country. You do remember Abraham Lincoln, don't you, huh?
That the tall fellow with the beard?
Yes.
Yeah, I used to go out with his sister.
But I bring him here legally. I told the policeman, I have the papers.
I don't care if you got his grandfather's birth certificate. It is against the law to take a python or other poisonous reptile on the subway.
Ah, Dunkard is not poisonous.
Isn't it about time for the girls to check in?
Yeah, what?
I got something that's now they're gonna make the hair in their two little heads stand up. It's gonna turn it white.
Yeah, so what is it?
Take a look.
Yeah, it's a great gag.
Hey, it's genius, even if I say so myself.
Yeah. Great gag.
What should I get her for our anniversary?
What anniversary is it?
Our 12th.
A see-through black negligee.
Christine, I was thinking of getting him a meerschaum.
Mary Beth, you can't fit a dog that size into your tiny apartment.
A meerschaum is a pipe, not a dog. Hiya, men.
Hi.
Jeez, it's like a graveyard around here.
Hey, you girls want to see something really cute? We just found the sweet little bugger in the subway.
Ooh, hello, sweet skins. Look at you, aren't you pretty? You're just all curled up there for a nice nap, aren't you?
He's a real live when he's fat and sassy.
Okay, so what's happening with your big, obscene phone call taper?
Hey, hold your horses, cowboy. If it was a man that was receiving those threats, he'd be an endangered species, right? But since it's a woman, she's a neurotic ready for the loony bin.
Relax. Who said anything about being neurotic? Yeah, I saw the Granger lady on the Carson show. She's an okay broad.
Why? Because she thinks if a woman isn't in the sack, she should be making a pot roast?
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Not if your life's goal is to become a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader.
Will you two get off each other's case? Lacey, come on. You got a report for me or what?
Yeah, the guy's a real psycho. He gets off on tearing up Granger's underwear, you know. Forensics found nothing.
Well, let's send a telephone trace team down there.
We already arranged for that.
Good. Who's covering?
Davidson and Velasquez are on it.
She's scheduled to speak tomorrow at the Village Auditorium, and she has been advised that it would be wise to have protection.
We're gonna miss the fight.
Well, fans, here we are at the beginning of round number 2. And this match was Dominic Truffaut.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shot. Good. Come on. Where's he got a punch?
Up.
It'll never go to distance.
5-50 chance, no knockout.
All right, you're on.
All right.
What round is it? The second.
Your boy's holding his own.
Hey, it's Becky. You know Luke the Nuke was their first caller? Cagney and Lacey. That was over the 23rd, right?
Yeah.
Luke, pal, you're kidding. You must be putting me on.
That's right. They started his career. If they hadn't busted him, he never would have made it to national TV now.
Hey, sweetness, I got a newfound respect.
Detective LaGuardia, 14th Precinct. Just a moment.
Lieutenant.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Helen Granger. She wants to talk to the man in charge.
Yeah, well, give it to Cagney and Lacey, will you? It's their case.
Lieutenant, she wants to talk to the man in charge.
Cagney, will you take the call? Tell the woman she got the best in the department on the case and leave me alone.
Watch his right, Luke. Watch his right.
Cagney, will you take the call? Cagney, I can't see through you. Come on. Come on!
Yeah.
Hit him again! Hit him again!
He deserves a point for backing us.
Well, you know why he's backing us. He doesn't want to miss the fight.
I'll take it any way I can get it. Go ahead back to the bloodbath. I'll talk to her.
I owe you one.
Detective Lacey. Yes, ma'am. I see. When was that? Well, ma'am, I think that my superior would advise that you cancel.
He's not getting up.
Come on, up.
He's never getting up.
He really rang his bell. What a punch.
Boxing is the only so-called sport where one player tries to do irreversible harm to another.
What do you know about boxing, LaGuardia?
What do you know about boxing, Cagney?
Well, it's an art. To me, boxing is an art. It's the art of attack and defense, using your fists, but it's practiced as a sport. It's been around for almost as long as 5,000 years, and I think it began and originated in Samaria.
Samaria?
Samaria, yeah, which is now Iraq. From Iraq, it spread down and went across.
Okay. So you know about boxing?
Thank you. Lieutenant, that fan of Helen Granger's that's been following her on the lecture circuit, he called her again. He added a little something.
Like what?
He said he's going to kill her.
All right. Get her back on the phone and tell this department advises against her doing that lecture thing tomorrow.
She has been so advised.
And she's not about to take the advice, right?
Right.
Okay. When does she do the lecture?
Tomorrow at 4.
LaGuardia, you and this Becky, you go on over to Granger's place tomorrow morning and stick with her the whole day, all right? Cagney? You and Lacey go over to that auditorium and take a peek. Tonight.
I better call Harv.
Hello?
Who is it, Mike?
Hi, Mom. Here's Dad.
Hiya, honey. Yeah, they did their homework. Just a quart of milk and some onions. Yeah, okay, me too. I'll wait for you to eat. Did you wrap your gift to Mama?
Almost.
Hey, Mike, what are you doing?
I just want to see what you're giving her.
Oh, man, a sales lady. She folded it perfect.
I was just looking.
Now we gotta fold it up again, right?
What is it?
PJs, can't you see?
It doesn't look like PJs to me.
It's girls' PJs.
Is this all Mom said she wanted for our anniversary?
It's the thought that counts. Isn't that right, Dad?
That's right, and it's a surprise, huh? So don't say anything, okay? It's a secret between us guys. Huh? Okay.
And you know how much they want for the pipe and tobacco setup? You know, that works with a pipe and tobacco humidor? $269.
So what? It's your 12th anniversary. He's gonna love you for it.
Well, he'll love me for getting it for him. He'll kill me for spending the money. What you doing? Nice fella.
Look, Mrs. Granger, we went to check out the auditorium, and he was there, but he got away. We think that you'll be taking a very big risk going back there tomorrow.
In other words, I am supposed to give up my work because of your incompetence.
We'll have better luck next time. Oh, you like that?
Hmm.
You know what she said?
What?
She thinks we're in the wrong profession.
Yeah? I think maybe she's in the wrong gender.
You guys sure are touchy about that woman.
How would you feel if you were guarding the head of the Ku Klux Klan?
Might leave my gun at home.
Cagney, Lacey, you know who that was? That was Helen Granger. You know what she wants? She wants you two off the case.
Fine. She wants us off. We're off the case.
Hold it a second. Helen Granger does not set the assignments here. I do.
So are we off this lousy case or not?
I don't get it. What is your beef with her?
You wouldn't understand.
Again, with the I wouldn't understand. Try me.
It's
Politics.
economics.
It's that Gloria Steinem feminism stuff, right? Well, come on, explain it to me. I want to know.
Men will not be truly liberated until women are. But Helen Granger doesn't want women to be liberated because she thinks men should take care of women.
I don't get it.
It's simple. Helen Granger says women are already better than equal under the law. They don't have to serve in the army. They don't pay alimony. It's stuff like that.
How come you know that? You're single.
You never know.
If you ask me, it's all bull.
It's bull, it's bull. Why do you always come on like that, Becky?
Comes naturally.
Petrie, you help us here? The Constitution of the United States said all men are created equal, right?
Right.
And they didn't live up to it. So they put in an amendment about black men. Now, you're gonna have a kid?
Right.
If it's a girl, don't you want her to be equal under the law?
Of course I do.
All right.
Come to think of it, Thelma had a job once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We need a little extra money, you know. We were young and just starting out. Yeah. Might have been the happiest.
So what happened?
Well, so when I was finally well situated, I made her quit.
Good night.
Lacey. Cagney, hold it a minute. I got a message for you from Captain Hightower.
Hightower?
Yeah, you remember him, Public Relations, NYPD? Well, he wants you to call Peter Schuyler, sports writer. Schuyler wants to talk to you two about your favorite fighter, Luke Powell.
Sir, what we have to say about Luke Powell, Peter Schuyler would not be allowed to print.
Well, maybe not. But Schuyler's making a lot of noises about parole for Powell, and he wants your input. So, remember the image of NYPD and be like you always are, girls. Nice.
So, Pete Schuyler came to see, huh?
Uh-huh.
He's gonna put you in his column?
Oh, I doubt it. He's pushing to get Luke Powell parole. We're against it.
Luke Powell's a good fighter. How long's he been up the river?
Harvey, nobody says up the river anymore. But I'll tell you something. Up the river is exactly where Luke Powell belongs. Mean. That was one hostile guy. Out of control, you know. Rage like that, it's like insane. He's a killer.
All right, but he's had some time to cool off. Well, how long's he been up there now? What, 6, 7 years?
Oh, sure. Great. Who's always saying longer sentences, throw the book at him, you're Mr. Law and Order until it comes to some jock. Then all of a sudden, go easy, because the spotlight washes all your sins away. I'm not only talking about Luke Powell.
Hey, come on, get off your soapbox, will you? Maybe the guy's turned around, huh? Maybe he hasn't, but in case he has, don't you think he rates a shot?
Everyone's entitled to a shot, Harv.
You bet.
Harvey, you ever get the feeling that sometimes I'm screwing up your act?
What are you talking about?
I'm a cop and you're chopping onions.
So?
So according to Helen Granger, I should be chopping the onions
And I should be up on a skyscraper catching rivets, huh? Yeah, I could live with it. Didn't work out that way, did it? So what are we gonna do, break up a lousy marriage?
Harvey, do you think that I would be crazy for you if all of a sudden you went completely bald?
I don't know.
You know, someday Helen Granger is going to run for president of the United States. If she does, would you vote for her?
Hey, a screwballer thinks a woman's place is in a home, huh? Gotta admit, it's a gutsy position. Hey. Tomorrow night, in case you forgot, our anniversary.
Tomorrow.
Got reservations at the Shamrock.
I don't know, huh? Tomorrow I'm supposed to bust the entire mafia.
Get out of my kitchen.
How long's it been? An hour and a half? 2 hours?
Just about. You think Hop would like a leather-bound edition of Mark Twain? No. No, he'd let the kids look at it. They'd get peanut butter and jelly all over it. I came up with this stuff in the middle of the night. Bathrobe is a lousy idea. Jogging suit? Jogging suit, Harv? I said it was the middle of the night. Aftershave. Hello?
Tell me why you call me. What do you want from me? What do you want to say to me? Are you lonely?
Come on, baby.
Where are you? Where do you live?
Come on.
Tell me something about yourself. Do you go to school?
th and Broadway, southwest corner. 14th and Broadway, southwest corner, phone booth.
About 5 minutes ago, a call was made from that phone booth. Did you get a look at the caller?
Yeah, well, I was busy with a customer, you know? I mean, I wouldn't even notice the guy at all, except that he ran out of that phone booth so fast he almost knocked over my stand.
There's a man, huh?
Well, he sure wasn't wearing no high heels.
Did you get a good look at his face?
Well, I'll tell you, it happened so fast that, I mean, he was gone before I can catch my breath.
Thanks, Mr.
Aparicio.
Aparicio.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Question around. Like, don't look at me. Mrs. Loomis, the owner of that store, saw the caller, and she will come to the precinct when she closes. Any luck? A little. Little.
Lieutenant Samuels, Mrs. Loomis.
Loomis, this is Mr. Uhrig. He's our sketch artist. This is Mrs. Loomis. She's the lady who saw the man in the telephone booth.
How do you do?
Sit down. Relax. Don't force anything.
Hello.
Don't push it.
Oh, I remember him quite clearly. He was about 5 feet 11 inches. He had fuzzy hair, eyeglasses, and a baby face.
Okay, let me start with a round kind of face.
All right.
Congratulations, you made Schuyler's column.
2 women scorned. Oh, listen to this. Whoever invented the phrase, the milk of human kindness, never had to break bread with the 2 female police persons I met yesterday.
There's more.
Completely disregarding Luke Powell's efforts at rehabilitation. Ah, jeez.
Forgot to mention the crime we committed.
Lacey, when Don's through with this sketch, I want it wired to every police station in every town where Granger ever lectured, you hear?
Yes, sir.
How about this?
Oh, it's really beginning to look like him. I can't believe that you can actually reproduce something like this with a simple description.
Yes, that lower lip. It seemed to quiver like when he was talking on the telephone. But the hair could be a little darker. Some of it kind of thicker on one side than the other. Jaws I never forget. It was a strong jaw, definitely.
Let's see what you got down.
You've done him perfectly.
We're not staying. We just came to show you this. Anyone you recognize?
Hello? Oh, Jason. You bet I'm ready. I made a commitment to talk. I didn't cancel my lecture at Village Auditorium, and I am not about to cancel because some psychotic whom they can't catch threatened me.
You think her husband is a possibility?
If you were her husband, wouldn't you be tempted?
What? No, I can't guess who's going to introduce me. Judge Margaret Stockwood. Jason, you're a genius. It must have been tough rounding up somebody black, conservative, and a mother of 4 who actually likes me. Thanks. Gotta run. Bye-bye. Well, you were the ones who saw him. I certainly never did.
Let's get one thing straight, Mrs. Granger. Even though we're not a couple of linebackers from the Jets, we've still been assigned to protect you.
In your fashion.
Come on. Let's get out of here.
I don't want to go to Hawaii. I get burned on the first day, Thelma. Why should I fly 6,000 miles to stay indoors for 9 days? Huh?
Well? Huh? Oh, no, nothing yet.
Listen, we'll talk about it later.
Maui no Ka'oi.
What?
Maui, #1, the best. You'll love it.
You check out those mugshots, will you?
I was only trying to be helpful.
Suspect had been arrested for armed robbery. Served, he...
Walter? Are you kidding? Do you know how many fats and chemicals you're eating?
Just pastrami.
Animal fats, parasites, carcinogens, nitrates, sodium.
Maybe that's why it tastes so good, huh?
Lieutenant, any response on that wire photo we sent out?
Bupkis, no. That Loomis broad that we brought up here with the description, she probably didn't even see the guy at all.
What, you think she made all that up?
Well, who knows? Maybe that's the way she makes herself feel important. Maybe that's a substitute for sex.
When you write your autobiography, Lieutenant, don't give up the comic book rights.
Hey, Mr. Aparicio.
Hey, Laura, how are you?
Fine. You mind if we ask you a few more questions?
No, go right ahead. Go ahead.
Terrific. You know the guy that was in the phone booth that bumped into your stand here? I know you said you didn't get a very good look at him, but does this do anything to your memory, huh?
Oh, wait a minute. Like I told you, I never saw his face.
You don't remember anything about him?
Well, he had his back to me. You know, I was getting pretty teed off. You know, I mean, the guy... he took my business phone for over 10 minutes. I was running out of hot dog buns, and I couldn't make a call.
Said he was in the phone booth for 10 minutes?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Aparicio.
Oh,
Hey.
it's all right.
Nice to see you again.
Take it easy.
Ciao. 10 minutes. So the calls to Granger never last more than a minute. He must have his obscene routine down pat. Or he must have been talking to somebody else before he placed the call to Granger. Good one.
Ms. Malone? Detective Cagney at the 14th Precinct. Yeah. You helped us trace a call from a phone booth in Manhattan with the number 9832. That's right. What we need to know is, was another call placed from that number minutes before the call to the Granger apartment? That's right. Terrific. Can you get right back to me? Thanks.
No, I don't need a physical, Thelma. I'm feeling fine, yeah. Then it was just a heartburn, that was all, yeah. But I don't have to exercise, no. I get all the exercise I need just walking to the funerals of all my athletic friends. You don't think that's funny, Thelma?
Detective Cagney, 14th Precinct. Yeah. The call was made to Yonkers. Subscriber's name is Mike Walker. And the number? One more thing, Ms. Malone. We've got traces on calls made from Utica, Syracuse, and Rochester. Yeah, and what we want to know is if the calls to Yonkers were also made from payphones just before the obscene calls. Mrs. Walker.
Yes?
We'd like to talk to you about your son, Mike.
Who are you?
We're police officers, New York City. I'm Detective Lacey. This is Detective Cagney. We come in for a minute?
All right. Is he in some kind of trouble?
When was the last time you saw your son?
He's been traveling.
Utica, Syracuse, Rochester.
Yeah. Why are you asking all these questions?
Have you ever heard of a woman named Helen Granger?
No. And neither has my son.
How do you know that, Mrs. Walker?
Because he tells me about every girl that he meets. We have a very sincere and open relationship. Michael tells me everything.
Well, we have reason to believe that he's been making threatening phone calls to this Helen Granger.
You're wrong. How could he? You don't even know her. You have no right to come into my home and make such ridiculous accusations.
We didn't mean to upset you, Mrs. Walker. Is this your son?
Yeah, but he's taken off some weight since that picture. I made him stop eating sweets.
Oh, he got a merit badge in beekeeping. That's just like my son.
Oh, Michael was an Eagle Scout.
Yeah, Harvey Jr.'s still a tenderfoot.
I'm sorry to have bothered you.
If you hear from your son, we would like to talk to him.
Okay.
Mrs. Walker, does your son own a gun?
He has a license for it.
Does he carry it with him?
Of course not. He always keeps it here. It was always there.
The guy's name is Michael Walker, and the picture matches the sketch.
And what's his relationship with Granger?
His mother says that he's never met her before in his life.
Just some kind of psycho. Samuels, 14th Precinct. Yeah, I know she's going on an anti-ERA fundraiser tonight. LaGuardia, so what? Okay. Pal from Yonkers just called Granger. Said she's never going to make it to that fundraiser unless she sees him first.
He has a gun, Lieutenant.
Why not? Everybody else has. I'll get an APB out on this guy, Walker. You two get over to Granger's house, stick on her tail. Don't let her out of your sight. Let's hope she resumes her lecture tour, gets out of town and off our backs.
Yes, sir. Amen.
What?
Harvey.
Hello?
Hiya.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm waiting.
Harv, you're gonna hate me.
Yeah?
Harv, it's our anniversary.
Yeah, our anniversary. Same day every year, last 12 years.
And you have reservations and everything?
Not everything. So far, just reservations.
I can't make it, baby. I'm on duty.
Okay, so you can't make it. You're on duty.
You're mad.
Mad? I'm not mad.
Harvey, why do you always keep everything in? When you're mad, say you're mad.
I'm disappointed. What do you expect? It's our anniversary, huh? I am not mad.
Stay up for me, huh? Please?
Think I could go to sleep without you? Be careful, Mary Beth, huh?
Yeah.
Clear at 9:12. On my way to check 9:14.
We copy. He loves all that physical stuff. Can't you just picture him leaping from roof to roof?
Or tree to tree.
You okay in there, Mrs. Granger?
I'll be right out. I'm just spraying my hair.
Did you get a load of that dress she's got on?
What's the matter with it?
Nothing. Wish I could afford it.
All ready.
Wait a minute. I'll check and make sure that everything's clear.
Thanks.
You smell that perfume? Cagney and Lacey must have been driving this thing around yesterday. It's kind of heavy, like mentholated musk.
It's my new cologne.
Oh, just what I need right now.
Maybe it's not him.
Don't you believe in women's intuition either, Mrs. Lacey? Hello?
LaGuardia. He's on the line.
I really don't have time for this right now. 1,200 people have paid $10 a plate to hear me speak, and make no mistake, I am going to be there.
Don't talk to me about 1,200 people.
May I ask you something? What have I ever done to you?
You don't listen to me.
Listen to me, Michael. I'm a friend of your mother's, and she is very, very worried about you.
Who the hell are you?
Doesn't matter. I saw that picture of you with the Boy Scout uniform. Geez, you got a lot of merit badges, didn't you?
You were in my house?
Anyway, your mother wrote you a letter, and she had no idea where to send it to, so she gave it to me. You want to hear what she had to say? I got it right here in my purse. Hang on just a second. Helen, would you hand me my purse, please? You got that, Meg? 68th and 2nd. 68th and 2nd, LaGuardia. 68th and 2nd. Go. Right here, Michael. I got it. Dearest son. I've been thinking an awful lot about you, Michael. And I miss you. And, son, I wish you'd come on home. Chasing all over the country after that woman, that's foolish.
You told my mother about me and Helen.
Michael, I didn't say anything to her that you would not want her to hear. And she told me that you are a very decent young man. You wouldn't hurt anybody. She told me when you were a kid, you wouldn't even step on an ant.
Mary Beth? We got him.
Mrs. Granger, we got him. Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, could you get over here and take over for me? I got a chance to salvage a couple minutes of my anniversary. You ready?
Yeah. That's a nice set of PJs.
I love my presents, Harvey. I hate myself.
Why?
Because I haven't found you yours yet. And I've been racking my brains for weeks. And work started to pile up so fast.
Hey, you want to give me something that'd make me really happy? Hmm?
Anything. You name it.
There you go. Pleasing your man. Glad to see you learn something from this Helen Granger.
Oh, yeah. She's smart. And she's gutsy. And I wish she was on our side. So what can I give you that would make you really happy?
Give Dad a...
Oh, you're kidding.
Am I? Read statistics on women smokers lately?
Harvey, that's not a real present.
5 or 10 more years with you.
That's one hell of a present.
Happy anniversary.
Well, an overworked Smithy is treading on very thin ice when he loses his cool in our Bale catch-up tonight on ITV3 at 8. Next, though, our time traveller Sam materialises as a con man, posing as a rainmaker in Quantum Leap.